right, well, welcome everyone. It's Wednesday night, time for our course spotlight. I'm Kathy Lawson, our Chief Knowledge Officer, and I love these because it's our time to come together and to learn from someone on our platform. And tonight will be no different. We have Cynthia McQuade-Brinkman. Cynthia is a somatic coach and healer, and she works with others to help the world grow in love. That's so beautiful. Tonight, Cynthia is going to talk to us about her course, The Joy Talkshow Podcast. So I'm going to turn it over to you, Cynthia. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Kathy. It is my pleasure to be here. I'm really excited to share a little bit today. I don't think my screen is sharing. Are you seeing my screen?
I'm seeing your screen, yes, but it looks like just your background.
Yeah, because I only see my Zoom. Let me try one more time, and if not, we can always do stuff without slides. So hit share. Try again.
There you go.
Yeah. Is it?
Yeah, we're seeing a slideshow. Yeah.
Bright colored
Uh-huh.
slideshow.
Uh-huh.
Awesome, awesome. Well, here we go.
There you go.
Yay, yay. All right. Well, we are on the great discovery, and I really believe it is a connected ecosystem for healing, voice, and a sustainable income. Tonight, we're featuring the Joy Talk Show, and I am a host on there. Tonight, this is presented by Renew C&D and in partnership with More God Movement. My name is Cynthia McQuade-Brinkman. So who am I? I'm an author, coach, I'm an expert in somatic bodywork, and I'm a speaker. Renew C&D is my for-profit organization, and More God Movement is my nonprofit organization. I am so excited to be able to be here today, coming to you with a level of expertise that has taken over 1,803 educational hours. I have laid hands directly on over 3,575 people. That means I have about 4.5 years of education and about 10 years of direct work. So it honestly, though, didn't look like it was always going to be this way. In 1989, I was in college, going to get my degree in psychology, background in education, and what I wanted was to research and train people to get the best information they could for their mental health. And on October 15th at 5:30 in the morning, I was driving my car. I had just given some information to people that was really hard for me. And I fell asleep. When I woke up, I was airborne. My hands were locked on the steering wheel and I turned my head and I thought, I'm going to die. And I don't know if you just heard my cat. You must have felt my energy behind that. That moment changed my life forever. And what happened was I couldn't continue going to classes. I could barely walk to class. I would fall asleep from exhaustion. I broke my neck and my back in 7 different places. But the story of how I became who I am today really was rooted in how I lost my joy. So in Joy Talk Show, we want to know, are you feeling seen? Do you find that you have proper support in your life? Are you being vulnerable in safe spaces? Do you even have them? Are you misaligned with how you share your gifts? Well, we really believe that if you're properly connected, you can discover that connection changes everything. It can ignite your passion. It can put you on fire with the power that's inside of you. And it can bring you a boldness and a presence like no other. And in Joy Talk Show, we work to help you feel connected to yourself, to others, to your community. We want you to know that there is power in deep joy. There's power in unity. How we came together in the Joy Talk Show was an accountability group. We started there. We were all authors getting ready to write our books, and we wanted to hold each other accountable for writing that book. We made the commitment to be there for one another, And in the process, we developed a wonderful collaboration of our gifts and our talents. And we learned to trust each other. And I believe that is the root of how you can get to your joy. See, when we tell stories, it builds trust. And trust, well, then that creates safety. And when you're in safety, you are open to being taught. And when you're taught something, you can be transformed. Now, you are wonderful and delightful exactly how you are. But many of us, especially of those of us who are in the Great Discovery or in these podcasts or consuming information and courses, we want to transform to a higher level. We want to change from who we are in this moment to who we're going to be in the next moment. Being content with what we have, but longing for the next level of igniting our hearts. The people that I work with on the Joy Talk Show right now are four hosts: Dr. Pam George, Tracy Rohr Irons, and Cindy Sheraton. Dr. Pam, she is an educator. She teaches new upcoming educators how to teach K through 12. She also works with her husband on marriage relationships, and she has a strong desire to get to know your own internal joy and to bring that into family and into all your relationships. Tracy has a wonderful story. Her book is The Untethered Voice, and it tells her story and her journey. She was hit by a car, not mine, but she was hit by her car when she was 5 years old, and that left her with a neurological disorder called cerebral palsy. She wasn't born with it. And her story tells her journey of how she has had to come and accept that disability as part of her life, and how she can still be the great person that she is on the inside, despite what her body is saying on the outside. And Cindy, she is a leader, a wonderful woman. She works for an organization that helps serve our armed forces. Just love her presence. She's a comedian, but she's also a widow. And so her book is A Widow's Guide to Joy. So we all have these various steps along the way that we had not so great experiences and yet dug deep to find our internal joy. So when you come to the Joy Talk Show, you're going to hear the stories of our lives. You're going to hear how we took the lessons and we transformed our lives to become who we are today. The thing is, joy needs to come back online, both figuratively and literally. Sometimes when you go online, you're inundated with the stories of what is happening in this world because they're the hot spots and the highlights. And my goodness, we do need to know what is happening in our world. We do need to be active citizens in our world. But we don't need it 24 hours a day. We need to be remembering who we were created to be. We need to remember that within us is a bowl of joy that when we fill up, we can pour into other people. And when we're in a space where we're joyful and when we're in a space where we feel creative, then we create solutions where otherwise we might be seeing problems. See, my joy went offline when I had that car accident. I had dreams of becoming a person who helped change the world. And my world changed by me not being able to finish school. I left the university and I moved in with my sister. I got a job in a restaurant because that's what I knew. I met my first husband. He wasn't good for me. We didn't last. Um, I met my second husband a few years later after I'd had my first child out of wedlock. And he wasn't good for me either. Not a bad guy, but not a healthy guy. He wasn't pouring into the cup. His glass was always half empty. And it made my life a challenge because I now had a child I had to raise, and I felt like I could never chase my passions. I couldn't finish my schooling. I couldn't finish my education. I couldn't do the things that brought me joy. How was I going to be full of purpose and passion? How was I going to have a presence that was undeniable, that I was living the life I was created to live? I felt lost, but I knew I had to hang in there because I had a child to raise. And life went on, and I had a second child, and now a third husband. And I remember one day vividly, my body was in so much pain that I was army crawling across the floor just to open the door of the refrigerator to feed my 2-year-old. Life wasn't so joyful. But what I did was I kept educating myself. I kept reading self-help books. I kept going to groups and organizations and people who wanted to support me. And I kept working for solutions. And what I found was that I'm really actually good with the body. And I developed a career in massage, and basic massage led to sports massage, led to fascial massage, led to energetic massage, and I became really excellent in my skill set. And I felt like I had my passion again, and I poured my entire life into it, but my body was breaking down. And 2020 came, and my life changed, just like everybody else's. But I actually sat back in my chair, finally, able to be myself. I couldn't work. The world told me I couldn't. And I wondered, what can I do? What would I love to do? Since right now, I can't do what I'm good at. And when I cleared the table, what I saw was this vision of a resort, and it was this massive community healing immersion leadership and development center. It brought healing in various formats in, it brought leaders up to their highest level, it developed people who were already in action, and I could just see that whole vision come to pass. And somehow along the way, my son was in football, and I had a big park in my backyard, and we decided to have the boys over, and we played games, and someone came along and said, oh, you need to make this legal. So we wound up creating a nonprofit organization. I developed my programs more. I learned hypnotherapy. I learned somatic release that wasn't hands-on body work. I learned even more, and I found out that I really did have this amazing skill set that didn't require me to have an 8 or a 12-year degree. And coming to terms with that and coming to peace with that, I'm able to look back now, sure, in hindsight, and say, well, I could have done that all along. But I couldn't have, because I didn't have the right systems in place. And that is really, really important to us on the Joy Talk Show, that you have systems in place. So what's next? Well, for you, if you want to be a guest on the Joy Talk Show, go ahead and apply. We want to hear about you. We want to see if we're a fit for each other. We'd love to have your story on our show, because stories change lives, right? You can learn through any of the courses or coaching. There are so many people on the Great Discovery that are here to build you up and to lift you up and to put you into your next best opportunity. You can build through community here. I am just going to proudly say I'm part of Team Alex, and Team Alex is so supportive and so wonderful. They're going to hold you. They're going to make sure that as you're taking steps along the way, that you can do it. And I'm sure all the other teams within the organization act the same way. And you can also partner with my organization if that's something you choose. I do have a program called ACES that's in my for-profit, but also under my nonprofit. And that's where we take authors, coaches, experts, and speakers, and we highlight them and make them shine in their most amazing manner. So Joy Talk Show, it's more than just a podcast. It's where we want you to get rooted in community and just deepen those roots so that you have a massive tree and you have so many branches and so much fruit that people can't help but take from that. But I want to let you know, I didn't just stand up from that car accident and walk away from college and wind up in a restaurant. Honestly, I had a lot of trauma before that car accident, and that car accident caused my body to shut down in a lot of ways. So much so that the night that my brother arrived and I was transported from a small hospital to the major hospital at the University of Wisconsin-Madison because they thought I was going to be paralyzed and might die. My brother grabbed the handle of my bed and shook, and he started crying. My brother doesn't cry. And he said, "It's okay. It's okay. You're going to make it. You've got a strong will." And I looked up at him and I thought, I didn't know I was going to die. And I made a decision at that point that I wasn't going to die. And in fact, I wasn't going to be paralyzed and stuck in a situation that I didn't want to be in. Now, not everybody has that choice, but I did. And I pushed and I fought and I walked. And I decided that my life would be different from then on out. And that is all you have to do. If you don't think you have any joy left, trust me, it's there. But go ahead and reach out to this community or any community nearby you. We've got you. My name is Cynthia McQuade. I'm a somatic healer and coach, and I am happy to serve you. Let's stay connected. You can reach me at cynthia@renewcad.com. You can find the Joy Talk Show right here on The Great Discovery, also on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. I look forward to getting to know you better.
Thank you, Cynthia. It's
You're
great.
welcome.
Anybody have questions or comments for Cynthia?
Cynthia, you're totally speaking my language. I'm the Joy Ambassador, and your Joy Talk show just sounds amazing. So I'm excited to go check it out, and hopefully we can talk another time. And this, you're right, the great community, the Great Discovery is just the best community in the world to lift each other up and to offer the best opportunities for improving ourselves and also being able to share it with other people and globally because we have all the translations. So we're all set. So thank you so much for sharing this tonight. I'm very, very excited for what you share.
You're welcome. Thank you
Thanks,
for having me.
Rhonda. Beverly.
Yeah, it was interesting listening to you. I've heard of Sermonic, but I don't recall knowing a whole lot about it. So when you do the Sermonic healing, do you need to be present with that person? Do you do it digitally? Do you through Zooms? Do you do long distance phone calls? How exactly do you do your work with that? Because I do a lot of energy healing and psychic type of work, and I believe it's on that same frequency level, shall we say.
Great question, Beverly. Somatic is just the term is of the body. And what's interesting, I'm a connector of various different things. A somatic cell is actually a reproductive cell. So it's not necessarily a muscular cell, but soma is of the body, and somatic work is releasing stored energy that is held within the body. So you're probably doing somatic work, Beverly, just not using the
Just a
terminology.
different word. Yeah.
Correct.
Okay.
I I I do energy work and energy healing. What I love about being present and hands-on is that people quickly get to know, like, and trust you when you're
Mhm.
present with them. But it is not the only way to do the healing. I believe that if we can just get people to tap in, they can release where it is in the body.
Exactly. Okay. Thank you for clarifying that.
Not a problem.
Mhm.
Thanks, Beverly. Cynthia, I have a question for you. I know when you put this up, this podcast, this is a recording of the podcast, correct? That's what this course is. Yeah. And you've got more courses, right? That are coming. Can you give us a quick preview of what you're planning to put up on the platform?
Sure, absolutely. I right now have submitted a course called Saving Self, and it's a 5-step process to reclaiming your identity. It's a overview, but it is You have the ability to go deep and get all the information. It includes a workbook, so you can work through each one of the lessons. Being who I am, I was already ready to redo it into a different format before I posted it, but I'm like, I got to get some courses up there. One of my opportunities to overcome is trying to make something perfect before I test run it. So, so that's out there.
Understood.
I have another a style of Ho'oponopono prayer that I did a course for, and I found it in Prezi today when I was considering doing Prezi for my presentation, and I was like, oh, I should probably put that up there too because it's completed. So the work that I'm planning on putting up there, I do have a 12-week course as well. I have the workbook done, and I have live recordings, but I haven't re-recorded it to do just for one user. So it's very personalized. So those are the kind of things that I put up. They're really journeys of taking you from where you are today into that ideal self you really see yourself as, that highest version of yourself, and walking alongside you in that. So whether that's strategy building, somatic release, really getting a hold of your scheduling, it really, to me, we're whole in body, mind, and spirit. We just compartmentalize a lot. And so my goal is to let you bring all of that wholeness together, and we can take whatever steps are mostly aligned with you to do it.
Oh, that's great. Yeah. And so when you bring on a few more, you're going to come back and do this again for us, I hope.
Absolutely. It's fun.
Oh, great.
It's a great opportunity to get to know people and promote this.
Yep.
And again, I just have to say the way that the Great Discovery is set up just gives you that opportunity to share broadly. And there aren't the barriers to say, oh, is this in another language? Sure it is. Just switch.
And the other thing too is with your your Joy podcast and all that, you if you haven't already thought about it, you should consider a channel too. And so
I'm still in the process of figuring out the difference between, so I have a channel. So
Okay.
I'm trying to figure out like where to put things properly. So
Okay. Because I think what you have would be awesome to just continue to grow, and the membership your membership would benefit as you put new information. And you got Bree right here who is the channel expert of all times on our our platform, so she can help you.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited. First, Cynthia, that was beautiful. And you shared your heart and soul with us.
Membership would benefit as you put new
I'm hearing
information. You got Bree right here who is the channel expert of all time.
I'm hearing stuff in the background on
Okay,
my
yeah,
side.
what's happening with that? It's like the recording.
Absolutely. Yeah, I'm excited. First, Cynthia, that was beautiful. And you shared your heart and soul with us. Where am I hearing that from? Oh, Casey. Sorry. There we go. All right. But yeah, you should definitely think about a channel membership for this. I do podcast teaching, but I also have my podcast I'm bringing into my channel as well. And people love to support podcasts, and this is a way, think of it like a Patreon or a subscription that people could support you in different levels and things like that. So
yeah, I had a wild few months since last we talked, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I just need to do something or I'm gonna be disconnected completely. So I figured I'm just gonna toss it up there and let Bree say, okay, come under the wing. Now
Yep.
you're gonna learn. So thank you. Yeah, for
The
sure.
time gets away from you. It's amazing how that happens. So no, I'm glad that you started, and it's a journey, and don't, it doesn't, don't feel like you have to do it all today, and don't also feel like it all has to be perfect. Just keep moving, and it will all come together, and it'll be beautiful. So.
And perfect according to what? I mean, again,
Exactly.
I'm measuring against an invisible bar that isn't even there.
Exactly. Right.
It's a hysterical thing when you look at it logically, but we all got to climb the mountain, right?
Absolutely.
All
right. Anybody else? Any other comments?
I just wanted to say thank you for your story, and also that whole thing about perfect. To say that there's a bar that's imaginary just puts it into perspective. So thank you. Thank you for your story.
Thank you, Casey.
All right.